K.A. Bullet's footballing channel.
Hurry up, tell me why I'm here.
Do you remember this? I certainly do. And that's when Leicester City won the 2015-16 Premier League title. That was over 10 years ago now. That was the highest of highs for Leicester City Football Club. Now the club is in a very different place now. Although in 2021 they did win the FA Cup as well, and the Community Shield, and they stayed in the Premier League until 2023. Then they got relegated to the Championship. Then came back up the next season, and then got relegated again. And now, in the Championship, again, they just got relegated to League One. EFL League One, for the second time in their history. And only 10 years ago, Leicester City were looking forward to the UEFA Champions League. In the 2016-17 Champions League season, they made it all the way to the quarterfinals, beating Sevilla in the round of 16. Next season, Leicester City will be trying to win the EFL Trophy, a trophy that was created for England's lower league teams. Now, I'm going to show you the table. The bottom part of the EFL Championship table, where Leicester City finished 23rd this season. Although they had a points deduction, they still got relegated with the most expensive squad in Championship history. That means that next season, the 26-27 season, Leicester City, who were champions of England 10 years ago, will be playing in League One for only the second time in their history. Now, since the team is quite big for League One standards, in today's video, I'm going to be discussing which players will be staying or leaving Leicester City Football Club. Normally, I wouldn't discuss clubs getting relegated from the 2nd to 3rd division, but Leicester City are a special case. So here is today's video. Oh, and I'm not going to mention the manager, as Leicester City is going to have a new one in League One. Now, let's get to the goalkeepers, where, firstly, we have Jakub Stolarczyk, Leicester City's #1 goalkeeper. Not only does he start most games, he also wears the #1 shirt. And I think that he will stay at Leicester City, and he will continue to be their #1 goalkeeper. And now, here's their #2 goalkeeper, Fran Vietes. He will probably stay, as well due to a lack of interest from other teams. Goalkeeper isn't a position that opens up a lot in football, especially for a backup goalkeeper to get some game time. So, Fran Vietes is going to stay at Leicester City and continue being the second choice goalkeeper. Probably. Now, onto Asmir Begovic, who only signed a 1-year contract at the start of the season. So, he'll be leaving at the end of his contract. And if he doesn't retire, he'll probably get a better team to sign him. Now onto the defenders, where there will obviously be more than 3 of them. Firstly, Caleb Okoli, who will leave, as he signed for Leicester City to play Premier League football. He's not going to stay to play in League One. A better team will rescue him from England's 3rd tier. Now, onto Harry Sutar, who signed for Leicester City off the back of the 2022 FIFA World Cup. He's clearly not going to play in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Harry Sutar, he will stay. He seeks to rebuild his career, as he really hasn't featured in the last 2 seasons with the relegations. Fans approve of his recent performances as well, although he's been capped by Australia 36 times. As I just mentioned, he's not playing for them right now, despite the fact that he signed for Leicester, well, after the last World Cup. Harry can just focus on helping getting Leicester City out of League One. Now, here's Yannick Vestergaard. He's one of the players on a high salary, and the club will want to offload the high-earning players to help balance the books. If you didn't know, Leicester City Football Club is actually in a financial crisis. So, the club will want to get rid of players like Yannick Vestergaard to help make the club more sustainable. The club will try to get rid of him, and he will need to leave. Due to his past successes, he might be able to find another team to save him from League One. Now onto another defender, Ben Nelson. He will probably stay and try to help Leicester City get out of League One. He will also make a starting center back spot his own. I mean, I just said that 2 other center backs would be leaving the club. Ben Nelson will probably be staying at Leicester City Football Club and will be in the starting 11 next season. Now here's Jamal Lascelles, who only signed for Leicester City in January, but he's going to leave at the end of his contract and look to play for a club playing in either the Premier League or the Championship. Don't forget, he did spend over 10 years at Newcastle United. And also, prior to leaving, he was technically the captain. Now onto another Danish defender, Victor Christensen, who, like Yannick Vestergaard, will probably be leaving. And he will probably be leaving to help rescue his Denmark career. I don't think Denmark is going to call up a player who is playing in League One. Now onto another left back, Luke Thomas. He will stay and try to help Leicester City get out of League One and make the starting left back spot his own. Now onto Ricardo Pereira. He already said that he's leaving Leicester City at the end of his contract, and he'll probably go back to Portugal. Oh, and don't forget, he's currently the captain, so someone else will need to be captain for next season. Now onto Olabade Aluko. He will probably stay and help get Leicester City out of League One. And with the departures of other players, he might also try to get more game time and maybe even break in to the starting 11. Now onto the midfielders, where there's quite a lot to talk about actually. Here is Oliver Skipp. He used to play for Spurs. He's also one of the high earners at Leicester City who is disliked by fans and will need to leave the club to help balance the books. He doesn't even look that interested playing for Leicester City in this picture. He definitely needs to go. Here's another ex-Spurs player in midfield, Harry Winks. He is one of the high earners as well, who is disliked by fans and will need to leave the club to help balance the books once again. Don't forget, he is currently the highest earner at the club, earning £90,000 a week. This is not sustainable in League One, so he's going to need to leave, and Wrexham are already interested in signing him. If that's the case, maybe he'll appear in a Disney documentary. Now onto Hamza Choudhury, who can also play as right back, but he's in the midfield section. Despite the fact that he's one of the higher earners, he'll probably stay at Leicester City to help them get out of League One. Aside from loan moves, Hamza Choudhury is a one-club man at Leicester City and will show loyalty to the club. With the departures of other players, he'll probably become captain. Now onto Jordan James. He will leave after his loan deal ends and will probably be signed by another English club, Championship-bound Burnley and Everton, who didn't relegate Spurs, but Everton are interested in signing Jordan James. So, Jordan James will be leaving Leicester City. After all, Leicester City were only borrowing him to begin with. Also, Crystal Palace is interested. Now here's another lone player, Joe Aribo, who will return to Southampton, who were just caught spying after the end of this loan deal. Joe Aribo will probably play for Southampton next season. Now on to Lewis Page. He will probably stay and help get Leicester City out of League One and try to make the starting attacking midfielder position his own. Now on to Michael Golding, who basically has the same goal. He'll probably stay and help get Leicester City out of League One and also try to make the starting attacking midfielder position his own, competing with Lewis Page. Although fans aren't the biggest fan of his, he's barely played for Leicester City. He'll have more opportunities in League One. Now on to Aaron Ramsey. Not that Aaron Ramsey! Not to be confused with the Welshman who played in Arsenal's midfield for years, the one currently shown on screen. I'm talking about this Aaron Ramsey, who is an attacking midfielder, is on loan from Burnley, and will go back there as the season's over now. And don't forget, he will still be playing in the Championship. Now on to another loaned-in player, Divine Mukasa. He's on loan from Manchester City and will go back there upon the end of his loan deal. Next season, he will either be loaned out again, or Man City will use him as a squad player so that they hopefully don't bottle the league again next season. Now on to Bobby de Cordova-Reid. He has hinted that he wants to stay, but he'll probably end up leaving. This will be to stay in the Jamaica team. After all, he does have 45 caps for Jamaica. And also, he's an aging player. He's 33 right now. Playing in the lower leagues could be detrimental to his career at this point. If he does get a move away, it'll probably be to a championship team. Now on to Silko Thomas. He'll probably stay and help get Leicester City out of League One and try to get into the starting 11. He did play games last season, but in League One, with less competition for a starting spot, he'll probably get some more game time. Now onto the forwards. Where will the forwards end up? Firstly, here's Jeremy Monga. He's a wonder kid that Leicester City would love to keep, but bigger clubs already want his signature. The club in their current situation won't say no to the money. So, Jeremy Monga is leaving for a bigger club. On Transfermarkt, it says that Borussia Dortmund is interested. If that's the case, go get that deal! Borussia Dortmund are very good at helping young players develop their game. Now here's Steffi Mavrididi. Fans don't approve of his lackluster performances and will be a player that might be able to find another club in a better division. So, will probably be leaving. Also, do you think he'll care to stay in League One? Look, he's got his headphones in! Now here's Abdel Fattawu, who is probably going to go to the World Cup with Ghana. He's also one of the few players that Leicester City can sell for a reasonable price, being their most valuable player at the club right now. There's already interest from other clubs for his signature. Abdel Fattawu will be leaving Leicester City, and the transfer fee that comes as a result of this will help the club rebuild so that they can get out of their financial troubles. Now on to Wanya Marcel. He's not the most liked by fans, and his contract is expiring. So he will stay if his contract is renewed. But I say this one is a toss-up right now. It depends if he gets a new deal. Now, here's Patson Daka. He is a high earner at Leicester City, earning £75,000 every week, and will be someone that the club will want to offload. Not just for financial reasons, but also because fans don't like him that much. Don't forget, in the Premier League, Patson Daka was a backup player to Jamie Vardy. Remember when I said that fans don't like him that much? There was a poll that asked fans which players would they want to stay. Not a single fan who took that poll wanted Patson Daka to stay at Leicester City. This season is the last on his current contract, and he's going to leave. He joined Leicester City in the Premier League and even played in Europe with them. He's not gonna stay for League One football. Samsunspor in the Turkish Super League is already interested in his signature. Now on to Jordan Ayew, the other Leicester City striker, who's in a similar situation to Patson Daka. They joined Leicester City in the Premier League. They are on the last year of their contract, although Jordan Ayew is not on as much money as Patson Daka, and also fans don't want Jordan Ayew to stay either. He's leaving too. And also, somehow, like Abdel Fattawu, is probably going to end up going to the World Cup with Ghana. You two just got relegated to League One. Now, here's DeJuan Richards. He's on loan from Chelsea. Well, it's Chelsea. They're always loaning out players. But for this season, he was on loan at Leicester City. And DeJuan Richards is going to go back to Chelsea upon the end of his loan. As Chelsea usually do, he's getting loaned out again next season. But I just mentioned all of the strikers at Leicester City, and I said they were all leaving. Well, Leicester City need a new striker next season then. Well, I'm not done here, as I'm going to mention all the players that got loaned out this season too. First is Wout Faes. He will want to leave as he will want to save his Belgium career. Yes, he has apparently recently played for them. Also, he's returning from his loan at Monaco in Ligue 1 in France. He doesn't want to play in League One in England. Wout Faes will leave Leicester City and join a club playing in a European competition next season. Now onto Bilal Al-Khanous, who, on the surface, seems like a player too good for Leicester City. Well, he joined them in the Premier League. Well, Bilal Al-Khanous went out on loan, presumably to avoid playing in the Championship. His plan was probably to go out on loan to VfB Stuttgart, then come back and play for Leicester City when they ended up back in the Premier League. But that's not the way it went. And now, they went the other way to League One. Bilal Al-Khanous will leave Leicester City, and like Abdel Fattawu, his transfer will make Leicester City money to help the club balance the books. His transfer hire is even higher than that of Abdel Fattawu. So, Leicester City will be quick to sell. VfB Stuttgart has an obligation to buy Bilal El-Khanous after this loan deal. So, not only is Bilal El-Khanous leaving Leicester City, he may have already left Leicester City. Even if it weren't for that deal, a full Morocco international is not staying to play in England's third tier. Now on to Royal Koulibaly. He's leaving for a bigger club. A player of his talent will not be staying to play for a club in League One. Not the case for Sammy Braybrook. After coming back from his loan, he will seek to make a starting midfield spot his own at Leicester City. So Sammy Braybrook will be staying at Leicester City and will probably make it into the starting 11. Will Alves will be similar. After coming back from loan, he will seek to make a starting spot his own as well. As a winger, he'll probably be competing with Silko Thomas for a spot. Now on to Jake Evans. After coming back from loan, he will seek to make a starting forward spot his own. Don't forget, with the departures of Patson Daka and Jordan Ayew, Leicester City will need a striker. Although FC26 says he's a right midfielder. With Leicester City in debt, and also don't forget they just got relegated, they're going to need to find more players to replace those that left. The only place to really look is the under-21 squad. I'm not going to talk about every player here, but there's some that might become part of Leicester City's first team next season. First, I'm going to talk about Amani Richards, who is a striker in the Leicester City under-21 squad. With the lack of a striker in the first team, he might want to make that starting position his own. So next season, he will join the Leicester City first team. Same with Nathan Opoku, who this season was on loan at Newport County in League 2. Next season, Nathan Opoku will probably try to get into the Leicester City first team and try to make the starting striker position his own. Now on to Chris Popov. Like the other two players I mentioned from the other 21 squad, he might want to take the striker position for himself, but as he's more of an attacking midfielder, that's less likely. But it doesn't change the fact they might try to get into the Leicester City first team. Now here's Henry Cartwright, who this season was out on loan. And with less squad depth at Leicester City, he might try to break into the first team and play some matches in League One. I don't see him starting though. Now on to Tom Wilson-Brown. It's very likely that the starting center-back partnership next season will be Ben Nelson and Harry Sutar. So someone will need to be their backup and sit on the bench. And that's why Tom Wilson-Brown could be an important player for Leicester City next season. That means he's probably going to be playing a lot of matches in League One. Now on to Jaden Joseph, a right back. With less squad depth, he might try to break into the first team and play some matches in League One. Now on to Mirsad Ali or Jamari Lindsay. Neither don't even have a Wikipedia page, but I think one or even both will be necessary to Leicester City next season, as Luke Thomas will need a backup. So one of these two, at least, will probably be in the Leicester City first team next season. This is just what I think all of these players will do when it comes to staying or leaving Leicester City Football Club. It's going to be a difficult season in League One with a weakened squad, but this squad could still be competitive as many already have lower league experience, and not all of Leicester City's players from higher divisions would have left. With the financial struggles, it will be imperative that whatever money comes in is invested wisely and the team get promoted back to higher divisions quickly to improve their financial situation. Failure to do so could result in even worse consequences for the club. As Leicester City won the first league title out of all the seasons that I've been a football fan, specifically of the club game, it feels wrong to me seeing Leicester City doing this badly. I hope that the club can recover very soon.
Press the like button down below if you like this video, and subscribe to this channel if you want to watch more videos like this one.
This season has seen multiple big teams get relegated. From big teams to somewhat big teams. This will not be the last video that I will make of the fate of relegated clubs on this channel for this season. I'll probably be making another video on this channel. That video will be coming out soon enough. Unfortunately, the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine is still going on. The Ukrainian people just want to live in peace and have freedom. But that common dream was ruined by the tyrant and bully, Vladimir Putin. I was mentioning financial issues during this video, but both Ukraine and Russia now have had many financial issues related to this devastating war. I here on the KA Bullets footballing channel stand with Ukraine in their struggle against Vladimir Putin's tyranny and recognize Ukraine's true borders as shown by this map.
Слава Україні! Героям слава! Нехай швидше дарується Україні перемога! Glory to Ukraine! Glory to the heroes! May Ukraine be granted victory very soon.
Even more unfortunately, the war between Ukraine and Russia is not the only international war going on in the world right now. There's another war, which is not only causing financial troubles, but it's also another war where an authoritarian leader is trying to keep his people down.